To welcome the winning coach, Coach Vela. Coach, another positive result. Are you happy though with the performance of your boys today?
Results, yes. Performance, not exactly what we wanted to see. Particularly with the ones that we did not start with, the small ones, or rather the 14-year-olds, but it was a good run for them, just so that they have the feeling of the tournament, the competition itself. But performance-wise, we can still improve.
Colleagues, you have the floor.
Coach, this is Tulani Ngobo from U17 HNL. We've seen, we expected you to, to give the 18 a chance in the second half. Then you didn't introduce them. Was it their strategy, or maybe you were hiding something from Zambia that you didn't want them to see what you have, in your bag?
Not exactly. It's all about the minutes that the players need from this tournament. So it was more of the players that did not really play the first two games. So we wanted them to also have minutes on their legs, which I think I'm proud to say they have played the 90 minutes.
Coach, I'm always interested in your tactical approach and variations. In the first half, we noted what looked like an overload on the left with an intent to isolate on the right that resulted in 3 goals. They made a substitution after 15 minutes and they seem to have closed their channel. In the second half, you made changes again. Players changing position, Tesh moving from left back to center, Royce to right back, also changing with Palmer. Can you take us through the tactical approach in the first half that resulted in those 3 goals, and what difficulties did you face tactically because they seem to have closed the door after that and those second half changes?
Well, I think you just sum it up nicely. So, however, at the same time, it was more of, like I indicated, you have young ones. They scored 3 goals in a space of 15-20 minutes, and obviously the performance will change then. I think the first 15 minutes we were right on it. Tactically we were on it, but as soon as we got our 3 goals, then being young as they are, they dipped a little bit. Second half, because we started with the 1-4-2-3-1, and the second half we resorted to 3 at the back, and then we went for 3-4-3, just for them to adapt and learn and change with the demands of the game. The small ones, if they were able to do that, looks good, but I still think that we could have done a little bit better in the second half. As you have seen that we've been swapping the possessions around, it was the plan just for them to have the feeling and the stress for us as technical team to say, if now we have this challenge, how do we go about it? I think it has given us a good assignment to go back and say, how do we plan better for our semi-finals.
Coach, what positives do you take in this match, and which areas of concern are you going to correct in the series?
Positives is that we scored goals, and in that critical moment of the game where we say the first 15-20 minutes we must have goals, which we did. Those are the positives. But the negatives would then be we did not want to concede, and we conceded goals, and that was our plan, not to concede. And we'll then go back and say, where did we go wrong, how did we concede, and all of that. I think you have noticed that we even changed the goalkeeper just for others to have their run as well, which I'm positive about that, to say each and every player in this team played some couple of minutes, and they have minutes on their legs.
Looks.
Coach, I think like everyone else, perhaps wanted to avoid Zambia in the semis and maybe wait for the finals. But now the semis have been confirmed, you're playing Zambia. What's your take on that match?
No ways. We don't want to avoid any other team. If these boys, they want to compete, if they want to grow, why do you have to avoid your peers? So we are not avoiding any other team, and we knew from when we were playing the second game that we are going to meet up with Zambia in the semi-finals, which we will plan properly, and and give them the run of their money. I think we're capable enough to play well against them.
And what can you tell us about Zambia that you've seen so far in the tournament?
No, it's a good team, well-structured team. They play forward football, they constructive football. They have two central midfielders that are good. Let me not even say much, but I've seen them. I think we'll deal with it when we do our planning as well.
And also, Coach, sorry for the dialogue, but you mentioned that you played young boys, so can you expect changes, a lot of changes for the Zambia bench?
Yeah, of course, we are going to have a good change, and it will be mainly from if we're still going to wait for the doctor's report to say who are the players available, who are the players not available, and then we take it from there. If it warrants us to change the team, we'll change the team. But if it doesn't, then we'll keep the team.
Coach, lastly from my side, you earlier mentioned that after scoring the third goal today, the tempo of the game dropped a bit, which is something that you also raised in the first game. When the boys went 2 up, again the tempo of the game dropped. Going to the knockout stage, that might be suicidal. How are you planning to see to it that the boys do not repeat that mistake again of maybe going up and then dropping the tempo?
We need to be very shrewd. We need to be careful of what you're saying, and we are capable of seeing all these moments. But it is entirely on the boys. You know, we have done so much up to so far. Honestly speaking, with the boys, it is entirely up to them to win it for themselves. We have done everything that we could, and they have also done everything that they could. So it is the last hurdle. If we win this, then we'll be happy. We'll be saying we're going to AFCON.
Coach, any further questions?
Just one.
Okay.
Coach, having played the 3 games, do you think you've been tested enough? If not, do you think Zambia will be a bigger tester for you in the tournament so far?
Each and every game is different, and the test will always be different. I think in all the games that we played, it was 3 different tests, and we're going for another test that will make it the 4th one. And obviously, we're expecting it to be a little bit different in its own way, and we'll have our own approach on it. So it is not going to be the same. It will never be the same, but it's going to be a little bit different, and we'll plan accordingly as well.
Now, Coach, thanks again for blessing us with your presence. We wish you and the boys best of luck in your next game.
Thank you very much. Thank you.